Hello. I wanted to do a video today about what it means to go with the flow, and I even wrote something down that I was going to share with you, and I had no idea how my day would take a little twist that made me really have to identify how well I can go with the flow. So what I penned in here was that what I've noticed about myself is that it's easy for me to go with the flow if it is with my customers or with acquaintances or people I don't know very well. But if it's close family or friends, or even strangers, like people that I don't feel associated with that probably are never going to see me again, I have a really hard time going with the flow, and I can get very expressive and a little emotional. Anyways, the examples I was going to use is that earlier today, one of my customers, I thought she was going to come at 10 o'clock, and at 10:15 I send her a sweet little message and I just say, hey, just wanted to confirm we were going to start at 10 today. And she says, oh no, I thought it was noon. And I thought, oh man, I was kind of stressed out because I had something I was supposed to do later in the day. But I took a deep breath and I was like, you know what? Whatever, it'll be fine, you know, if you come a little later. And I was thinking about how when that happens with a customer, it's really easy for me to pause and think that in this situation, it wouldn't matter if she was frustrated or I was frustrated, that it's already happened. You know, at this point, we just need to do what we can do and do our best with everything. So for either one of us, but, you know, just focusing on myself, to, you know, point out, like, you know, who was right or who was wrong or who had the time right, or let's say she shows up and then I go, oh, glad you could make it, you know, or try and make her feel bad but tell her it's okay, you know, those little things that people do. That would be pointless, and then we would both feel really bad. So what I had sort of identified was that in my world, going with the flow with people means handling things very gracefully, and I think grace means that you're forgiving, and you're assuming that that person wasn't trying to upset you. And I think for the most part, most people aren't running around trying to upset you. You know, there's always exceptions. So the other example that I wanted to use, that was a good example of me going with the flow. A bad example of me going with the flow, which then turned into an okay thing, was that a couple days ago, I started to notice that my tire pressure was low. And because I have this new car, it's very obvious when something goes wrong because a big light comes on, it lets you know. So I was a little frustrated. So I go to fill up the air, and then I get back into my car and the tire pressure's low again. And I'm like, oh, this is really frustrating. So I take it into the tire shop, and I come back and they tell me that I need all new tires and that my tires are all worn out and it's going to cost this amount of money. Well, that made me emotional, and I felt very expressive hearing that because I just bought that car like 3 weeks ago. Also, I have small children, and I'm a single woman who came in shopping for a car by myself. So when I go into a place like that, I'm assuming I'm being graceful. I'm thinking that this place has the best intentions for me. Well, when I hear this news that this is going to cost me money, I start panicking, and I'm thinking like I would never have bought that car, and then I'm mad at myself because I feel like a fool. You know, I should have checked better. Why didn't I look into that more? Anyways, all these emotions start flying through my head, and so I call my mom first, and she's like, all right, well, take some deep breaths. I call the place, and you know what? I explained my situation to them, and they were totally cool with it, as I kind of knew that they would be. So I went in, and they gave me a loaner car, and they're going to put new tires on my car and get it all worked out. And as I suspected, they were very happy to accommodate me and wanted me to be very happy. So that was an instance where going with the flow, once I got there, was a good thing. And for them, choosing to go with the flow was a really good thing. I had one more note on that, and I was going to say, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's what I was going to say. That a couple days ago, when I was so upset that I had this flat tire situation, I was feeling like, poor me. And then earlier today, when I noticed that it was getting flat, I didn't mention this, because I had a screw in it. I had ran over a screw, and I was like, ugh, why would you do this to me? I just bought this car, you know, like, life must hate me right now. No, going with the flow means looking for the bright side. Thank heavens that that screw did go into my tire, or else I may never have noticed that I needed new tires, and they may never have put them on for me right away. So that's a good thing. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.